far as what's going on right now in Springfield, we just don't know. But possibly there is some small-scale rotation or a tornado in the vicinity of the city of Springfield. Definitely some rotation. We have that classic signature now. We see the plume of heavy precipitation out ahead of the storm. On the tail end, you have that tornado right where the precipitation starts to fade out again. So if anybody is watching us from that area, you want to be apprised for tornado safety, head to the basement or interior lowest floor, away from windows, stay away from loose objects. And this goes for any warnings this afternoon, too. So you want to keep you apprised of that. We have more warnings that show up around Worcester or back into our western suburbs. This is what you need to do. This is your preparedness plan. But in the city of Springfield, hopefully they're rushing this to completion right now.
All right. And we have Victoria Block in Westminster, Pete, just to give us a gauge on the conditions there. Westminster is more north-central Massachusetts. And Victoria, what are you seeing right now?
Chris, I'm here. We're just off of Route 2A. We're on 2A, actually. We got here. We said exit 25 off Route 2. We're on 2A in Westminster. And it is just pouring, and now it's just starting to lighten up a bit. I can see some of the clouds moving, and it looks like they're starting to clear, but we still have rain. Some heavy downpours just a couple of minutes ago, and some loud claps of thunder. But I have not seen any lightning, and people are just going about their business, in and out of some of the stores that are nearby, and driving down the road. I'm not even sure people are aware of any kind of a tornado warning that's been issued. So right now, it just looks like a rainstorm here, and it's lightening up just a bit. It was very heavy just a couple of minutes ago with some thunder, but it seems to have passed us just for the moment. And the clouds, you can see some light coming through, so it looks like they're starting to break and clear a little bit. But then across the pond, a body of water that we're parked there, you can see a dark row of clouds that look fairly ominous. So it's really hard to tell where things are happening and when they're going to happen. Krista?
Yeah, and we're just taking a look at the map. Where you are is Westminster, not far from Princeton. And it doesn't look like you're getting the worst of what the storm has to offer, but it looks like Jeremy is just rushing some new information. I don't know if we should go to Pete or not here.
Let's stay with you, Vicky, until they're ready. Are you guys ready to go with this?
Maybe now moving a little bit further. That's a tornado. Law enforcement in Westford has confirmed tornado.
So that's the first confirmation of the day, correct? And that was in Westford, which is up on the Westfield, which is right near Springfield. And this was just the latest tornado warning to come in. So maybe now we have ground confirmation for what they saw earlier on Doppler, Pete.
Correct, Matt. Yeah, that would be ground confirmation that we were waiting for, and that's a very populated area right now. You're looking at the possible rotation of the tornado in yellow near the D in Springfield. That'd be the tail end of this storm, the stinger on this storm, so to speak, and you have the rain plume all the way through Wilbraham. But ground confirmation now of a tornado outside the city of Springfield, Massachusetts. So this is the first of the afternoon, and this is the most important piece of information that we can pass along from this particular storm. That was from law enforcement out of
Westfield? Westfield.
Thank you.
Okay. And we don't know any details about this, just that this was a ground confirmation. We don't know anything about the size of this thing, but obviously this is our first confirmation, and certainly adds a whole new dimension to this coverage that we've been bringing you now since 3 o'clock, when the first warnings were issued for western Massachusetts. And this comes to us by way of law enforcement once again in the town of Westfield, which is just outside of Springfield. And when you think about that being so close to, you know, a major city, I'm not talking about Boston here, but Springfield is a sizable city. That's pretty worrisome.
And that's right, Chris. And you can see the radar is actually showing possibly two areas of rotation, although I imagine that some of that is offset from two different radar sites trying to sample the same storm. So right where we're depicting it would possibly be the actual tornado on the ground. So I correct myself. Instead of being near the D in Springfield, it may be just to the northeast of that. But we'll go by what the radar is showing us and what the scan of the storm is showing us. So that is huge. This was a storm that has had a history of damaging winds and hail. And this is a storm that was kind of on the southern flank of the whole line, and it didn't seem to have the gumption that the other one did up near Barry and back over towards Spencer. But you could see it's all by itself, and it is the one that is in the southern flank. I mean, it's